When you became a parent, did you think it was going to be all butterflies and rainbows, trips to the parks and cuddles on the couch? I know I thought it was going to be that way, and it did not turn out so beautifully for me. I would see my friends posting on Facebook and all of the good reports from school, and all of my friends were so happy with their kids. And then I would get the calls home from school and the letters home and the behavior tickets and come pick up your kid, and I would get touched out and there'd be so much yelling and screaming in my house, and it was anything but butterflies and rainbows. It's been the complete opposite. If that is you, I want to know, because I want to share how to remain calm when your kids are losing their bleep, bleep, bleepity bleep at your feet. Because here's the thing. So many people talk about how to remain calm, and it sounds so zen and perfect. And I am not here to promise rainbows and butterflies, but what I am here to promise you is that I can give you a plan, a real life plan, one that you can follow as soon as today. So many of you guys know, I'm going to go ahead and take this off if that's okay. I would love to share my 4-part framework for how to remain calm when your kids are losing their mind. And it starts with yourself. I'm the founder of Calm the Chaos and Lemon Lime Adventures, and I am all about making parenting out of the box kids a lot simpler. So step number 1 that we all forget about is to focus on ourselves. So if our kids are whining, or they're pulling at our leg, or they're having a real meltdown, I'm talking sensory overload, I'm talking just body shutdown type of thing, then we have to start with ourselves. We want to jump in and we want to solve the problem, but the first thing we have to do is stop, and we have to breathe. And that pause is going to give you a little bit of space before you react, before you yell, before you scream. And so we can all take that practice every single morning and just stop for 30 seconds, for 10 seconds, for 1 minute, and just breathe. So stop and breathe. Step 2 is to connect. Now, I know it is the absolute last thing you want to do when your kid is saying, I hate you, or you're the worst mom ever, or they're throwing things at you, or they're hitting their brother or sister. I know it is the last thing you want to do to connect with them. And so here's what I recommend. I recommend you just get closer to them. That's it. You don't even have to say a whole lot. Just get closer and just say, I'm here. I'm here when you're ready. And that can go a really long way for our kids. Instead of the stop, no, don't do that, but just get closer. So number 1 is stop and breathe. Number 2 is get closer. Can you guys do that? Number 1, stop and breathe. Number 2, get closer. Now we go much further into this in our Calm the Chaos workshop. So step 3 is to do something that is really hard as well. For parents, we want to solve the problem. We want to jump in and assume that we know why our kids are upset, why they're melting down, why they're hitting, why they're jumping on the furniture. And sometimes we name that as being disrespectful or rude. And one of the easiest things you can do to remain calm is to stay in the question. Stay in the question and just listen. What is going on? How can I help you? Can you tell me what's bothering you? And I'll tell you, that sounds so butterflies and rainbows, right? And you know your kid's going to be like, go away. I get it. But just listen. So step 1 was stop and breathe. Step 2 is get closer. Step 3 is just listen. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to their body language. Listen to the words that are coming out of their mouth. Really, truly listen to what's underneath the surface of what they're saying. Because it's not just, I hate you. There is something else behind that behavior. We believe that all behavior is communication. All right, so step 4. It's only 4 parts because our framework is a simple 4-part system. Simple, not always easy, but it's simple. Simple 4-part system. And the 4th one is to empower your kiddo. And you might be thinking, well, they just threw a Lego at my head. How am I supposed to empower them? And one of the easiest ways to empower them is to make a plan. And one of the ways to do that is to say something simple like, how would you like to solve this problem? You might be surprised at what they say. So let's just review, right? Because that's giving your kids ownership, that's giving them some self-awareness, that's giving them problem-solving skills, all those things. Now, this is an in-the-moment strategy, and I gotta tell you, being in the moment and doing these strategies in the moment, waiting till the next meltdown, is not the best time. We actually spend 2 whole modules in our full program on understanding where these behaviors are coming from in the first place and seeing them happen ahead of time. Let's review the 4 steps to remaining calm. Let's see if you guys can remember them. Step 1 is to stop and breathe. Step 2 is to get closer. Step 3 is to listen. Step 4 is to make a plan. Pretty simple. Can you do that? Stop and breathe, get closer, listen, and make a plan. Now, it's probably not going to happen that smoothly, especially the first time, maybe the 3rd or 4th or 10th time you try it, but it's not about getting it perfect every time and then throwing it out if it doesn't work. It's about progress, not perfection, about continuing to tweak your plan each time that you try it and say, well, that part worked, but that part didn't. How can I tweak this next time? And if you lean in, if you trust the process, your story can be radically different in the next week, in the next 90 days, in the next year. We have students who are right here in the comments who don't even recognize their life anymore. And that can be you. Might not feel possible right now, but it can be. You guys are amazing. Go forth and conquer your day. Bye.